Hi, I'm Laura from Hair Hardware, and today I'm going to show you how to treat the ends of your ribbon to prevent fraying. Here I have a bow here that was made with some grosgrain ribbon and some corkers in the middle. And these corker pieces, and I think the other pieces too, were only cut at an angle, and they were not treated with any type of fray prevention method, and it's kind of starting to look a little tattered on the edges. So we're going to take care of that today. Basically, to prevent the ribbon from fraying, you have a few different choices. You can use heat, which works great for synthetic ribbon. Pretty much it's made out of polyester. It works by just melting the ends of the ribbon, and that melting just basically seals in all the loose threads and pieces so that it cannot fray. You can also use something like, and fray check is a solution. It's a pretty common chemical that's used on the edges. You would have to cut it first with scissors and make sure that it's nice. Like, I wouldn't use it on this because it's already frayed in that area. Like the end of this piece, it's already cut nice and straight. You put the fray check on. It's real simple. And actually I'm going to put it on one of these straight pieces. It's a little more difficult to use on a corker piece. But you just put the solution on like that. And basically it's kind of like a glue. It just kind of makes the end of the ribbon stiff. And that in and of itself prevents the fraying, because it kind of just glues all the extra pieces together so that it can't fray. One thing to keep in mind when you're using something like fray check is that it does not stain most fabrics, but you always want to do a test first, especially if you're using an expensive ribbon that you don't want to take chances with, to make sure that it doesn't leave a stain. I did have it stain a type of satin ribbon that I was using once. It works really well on grosgrain, but definitely test it and make sure before you use that method. Now, the other method that you can use to treat the ribbon is with a heat source. There's a few different heat sources that you can use. The cheapest and easiest one is, of course, with a flame. You can use a lighter like this, or you can use a candle. It really just depends which you prefer. To use the flame, you first want to cut the ribbon in the shape that you want it to be, and then get a flame going. And you don't touch the ribbon to the flame. You just get it close enough that you can see it when you're up close, but it just slightly melts the edge, and it gives it a nice straight, crisp end there. That works, it works really well, and it's a real easy way to treat the edges. Just have to make sure that you have the ribbon cut exactly the way you want it first. You can also use a tool called a wood burner. Now, a wood burner, the tip here, gets extremely, extremely hot. And you have to be very careful when you use these, especially if you have kids or pets around. I don't use this if my daughter's in the room with me or if my dog is around. I just don't want the cord to get bumped. If it fell on the floor, it will definitely burn the carpet. It'll burn you, it'll burn your child, so please be very careful. This end here gets extremely hot, and it has like a little chisel tip on it. And basically what you do is you just very lightly touch it to the end of the ribbon. You can see it smoking there. But it does the same thing that the flame does. It just melts the end. And what's nice about the wood burner is that you can cut and seal the ribbon at the same time. If you wanted to use a straight edge, you'd have to have something like a tile like this. It would definitely burn this plastic mat I have here. You can use like a metal ruler straight edge, and you just slide it across like that, and you can see how it cut and sealed the ribbon all at once. And it does come with, when you buy these, it comes with a little metal stand. I always put mine upside down in a coffee mug like this, a ceramic coffee mug. The ceramic can withstand the temperature, so it just holds it in there, and I think it's a little more secure than that little metal stand it comes with. Another method is this little tool. It's a ribbon cutter and sealer. And this is a great portable device because it runs on batteries. It's something that you would probably want to take to a craft fair with you. It makes it real easy and safe to cut the ribbon. The wood burner, you have to wait for it to heat up and cool down. This is ready immediately. It takes, I believe it's AA batteries, and inside it has these arrows and lines. That's a cutting guide for you. And over on this side is a wire, a metal wire that heats up, and it heats up and cools down like instantly. And that is what cuts the ribbon. So what you do is you turn it on like this, and then you take your ribbon. Here's just a piece of white grosgrain ribbon that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to follow the guide, put it in on an angle. You close this, and just bumped it there a little bit. And then this button, you push it down and hold it for 2 seconds. And then lift it up, and then your ribbon is cut and sealed perfectly straight like that. Now the manufacturer does say to only hold it for 2 seconds at a time. If your ribbon is thicker, it might take longer to cut. If that's the case, then you need to press it down multiple times. I've never had a problem with it not working on the first try. But if you're using a thicker grosgrain ribbon, it might take a couple tries to get it to cut all the way. And they say do not hold it down. The ribbon could melt. It's really designed just to push down and hold 2 seconds at a time. And what's really neat about this tool, is that you can fold the ribbon in half like this, put it in like that. Hope I can hold that straight there. I'm trying to hold it for the camera where you can see and not block anything. So I have the ribbon folded in half, and now I'm going to close that down. 1, 2, lift it up, and then sometimes it sticks a little there, but you have a perfect V-cut on the end there. And then when you're done, you just switch it off, and that's it. There's no, like the wood burner, you have to wait like 15 minutes for it to cool down all the way. You have to wait 10 to 15 minutes for it to heat up all the way. This is on and off instant. Same with something like a lighter. It instantly is hot, instantly is off. The disadvantage of using the lighter is that the control of the flame. You have to be careful if your flame is going, you know, if you're in a windy area, you're not going to be able to use it outside at a craft fair. And then of course you have the fray check, but that also takes some drying time. So there's some advantages and disadvantages to each one. I probably use all the methods for various projects. If I'm doing something like corkers like this, where I have to do a lot of little pieces, I tend to want to use the fray check. It goes quicker. I don't use the flame so much anymore. I used to use it all the time, but once you get a hang of the wood burner and you're comfortable using it, works great. And then I tend to use this tool when I need to bring it somewhere with me and just have a quick, instantly available, portable cutting device. Now, of course, we do also sell pieces like this. These are already pre-cut and the ends are already pre-sealed, designed for lining alligator clips. So something like this that take a long time to, especially if you're making a lot of them, to cut and seal, you need a lot. We do sell these pieces already made like this. They're made on a machine that just cuts them out over and over and over again, and these are great to have on hand too.